Good morning, friends. We are learning our subject Machine Learning 3170724. In that, we are learning classification and regression chapter. And just now, we are learning the classification. In previous lecture, we have seen the classification wherein we have seen the KNN, that is K nearest neighbor classification algorithm, how to implement that using Python. Okay, now today we want to learn the decision tree algorithm. So for that, what do we require? We need to have the data set. We need to read that. We need to have the splitting of our data set, that is we can say train and test data, that is always required. After that we can say that we'll be having the object of our, what you can say, our classifier which we want to use. Then after, what to do, we will train the model, that is using fit method. Then after we'll be testing it, right? We'll be testing it. With that, we'll be able to get the accuracy score. And after that, what? We'll be able to predict for unknown value, right? These steps we already know. This is what we have to follow, right? So let us have the things available in our Colab. Let us say that for that, we are uploading the data on the Colab. I have just run that. So it is available here. That is our fruit data.txt file, right? Just now only it is being uploaded. It was there. It is there. Fine. Now what do we want this? We want to read the file. I'm recalling this with you, and the thing is we should run this again today because we have run these things yesterday, right? So it is not there in the memory of Colab, or if you are using Jupyter Notebook, then also it will not be there in the memory of it, right? So we have to run that again, right? So what you can say is read the table, that is from our dataset file, that is fruit underscore data.txt, right? This is known to us. For that, we have used the pandas library, that also is known to you. For plotting or visualization, we can say we are using the matplotlib.pyplot, right, as PLT. That is what we are using. It is already known to you. We are making the dictionary, that is using zip. What we are using for that is fruit label, whichever are unique, and fruit name according to that, that also is unique, right? Whatever is fruit unique, that is you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, the label, and its name, that is you can say apple, mandarin, orange, lemon, right? This is what we have to put, and that we are putting in the lookup fruit underscore name, that is what is our dictionary. Whenever we predict, at that time it will give us one index, and that index from where we can get the label, that will be from this particular dictionary. Fine. Okay. So let us consider our x and y, with which we'll be having our x train and x test, y train and y test data, right? So let us say for x, we are considering fruits of mass, width, height, colors underscore scope. And for y, we are having fruits, and we can say that fruit underscore label. Fine. This is what we are having. We want to predict for y, that is we want to predict for fruit level, isn't it? And actually it is giving us the fruit level, but we want to have the name also. So we have considered this particular dictionary, right? It will be giving us this label. So we as human being do not remember that what is for this 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. It is better to give the name of the fruit so we can understand that, right? So that's what we are doing here. So this is our x and y. Fine, we have run this. Now x and y we can print, or otherwise okay, we already know about them, so no issue. What do we want to have now is our train underscore test underscore split. With that, we'll be having our training data and testing data, isn't it? So let us run this, because this is the libraries which are being imported. Fine. This is the must, because this is what we are doing. Train underscore test underscore split, right? Okay. So now we are dividing that in training and testing data set from our original data set. With the help of train underscore test underscore split, we are giving the x and y as parameter. X is capital, y is small. This is the typical way people are using, right? And random state is 0. From initial, we want to start. Okay. So this is what we want to do. Fine. So train and test data is available to us now. Now today, what we want to learn is our decision tree classifier, right? Where we are having the decision tree. How we are having the decision tree? Let me show you that. So you can correlate with this. Let me show you the decision tree. Yeah. Here is a decision tree, right? Now, what is the case for this one? For the data set, for example, BICE computer. What is that? For BICE computer, we are having the data set wherein it is said that person will buy computer or not. Person will buy computer or not, right? So that is our decision attribute. From that, let me show you the data set also, so that will make your life simple. Let me show the data set. There it is. No issue. I do have my own data set. Just a second. This was we have used in our previous subject, if you remember that. This is a data set which we are having. Let me show you. Here, to understand the decision tree, we can say this is the data set given to us. Age, income, student, credit rating, BICE underscore computer. Right? Now, here the age is given as say less than or equal to 30, 31 to 40, and you can say greater than 40. Income is high, medium, or low. For student, we can say it is yes or no. That is whether a person is student or not. Then after we are having credit rating. For a particular person, what is the credit rating of that person? It can be fair, it can be excellent, right? Two things are given. Whether that whether that person will buy computer or not, for that we can say yes and no is there. And that is what is our class attribute, or you can say what we want to predict. For this data set, it is given that this person will not buy computer, this person will buy the computer, right? This is what is given in the data set. From this, we have created the decision tree. So how it is? For age, we can say what is the age? Age is having three groups, that is less than or equal to 30, 31 to 40, or greater than 40, right? Three things are there, or we can say three classes are there for this age. So that's what we have provided. Now for 31 to 40, whenever it is there, irrespective of any other attribute, the buys computer is yes. And so what we are saying is here directly we are giving it as yes. Irrespective of any other attribute, it is yes. Right? Now less than or equal to 30. For this, we have to check other attribute, that is student, whether the person is student or not. If the person is not student, that do not buy the computer, right? That we can see from the table. Let us see that less than or equal to 30 for this one. Person is student? No. Whether that person buys a computer? No, right? So this is what we see from the table, and with the help of decision tree algorithm, that is using information gain and Gini index, will be able to have the idea that what should be the next attribute which we should split, right? So based on that, from this decision tree, if I want to say that any person X having the age from 31 to 40, whether that will buy computer or not. So what we can say, age 31 to 40, irrespective of whether the person is student or not, irrespective of whether the credit rating is excellent or fair, that person will buy the computer. Got the point? So this is the tree, that is a decision tree, which gives us the information about whether the person will buy computer or not. This is one example. Okay. We can say that it can be anything, but we are having the decision tree. Whatever is the data set, with the decision tree algorithm, we'll be having such tree available. With that, we can say we'll be able to predict for unknown values. Fine. Okay. So that is the basic of this decision tree classification. Numerically, how to calculate that we'll see. Here we want to see how we can implement that using Python. Okay. So for that, from sklearn.tree, import decision tree classifier. Now we should make the object of our decision tree classifier, that is using, say, decision tree classifier. We are providing the parameters. For the parameters, we can say here the parameters you can see, criterion is equal to Gini, splitter is equal to best, maximum depth, that we can provide. Then we can say minimum samples is equal to minimum sample split, then minimum samples underscore live, minimum weight fraction, then maximum features, random state, then we can say minimum impurity split, then pre-sort, whatever are the parameters you can use it, right? And for them, we can say for splitter, we can say best and random is there. For maximum depth, to what depth we should go, that we can specify as integer, right? Minimum sample split, that is we can provide integer or float, the minimum number of samples required to split, an internal node, right? So this is what we can provide, all the parameters we can specify, and after that we can train the model, right? So here what we have provided is decision tree classifier, criterion is equal to Gini. We know that we are having information gain as one parameter, and second one is the Gini index, right? With which we are deciding that which attribute will be considered for splitting, isn't it? So let us say that criterion is equal to Gini, then random state is equal to 100, maximum depth is equal to 3, minimum samples left is equal to 5, right? So with that, now we want to train the model. So we'll be using the fit method as we already know. So CLF underscore Guinea, this is the decision tree classifiers object. So with that, we are training the model, that is using X underscore train and Y underscore train. So with this, we are training the model. After that, we want to get the accuracy score, that is using, we can say, our test data. So that is X underscore test and Y underscore test. After that, we want to predict we want to predict the what y based on whatever data is given for x, right? So let me show you this here. Here I want to print the Gini index, sorry, not Gini index, I want to print the accuracy score, right? So that I'll be doing here. Then after I can put it in other also, fine, no issue, other cell also. Okay. So now here, what we are doing is we are training the model and we are finding the accuracy score, right? So let me run this. We are getting the accuracy score as 0.73333. Fine. Okay. Now we want to predict for unknown value. Let us say that we are providing rho is equal to 100, 6.3, 8.5, 0.9. Wow. Now what is this? These are the x values. What do we mean by these x values? That is, we can say our mass, height, width, right? Color underscore score, isn't it? This is what we used to give for our x, isn't it? So that's what, let us provide. You already know that what are these parameters, isn't it? They are for mass, weight, height, and color underscore score. That is what is there for our data set, isn't it? This we have given, and for this unknown data, we want to predict. So this will give us what? This will give us the label. Which label? That is 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. But what do we want to get is, we want to get the name of that particular fruit. And for that, we are using this particular dictionary, isn't it? This is not the prediction. That is not the part of prediction. But as we have stored the fruit name in the dictionary, what we want is, we want to get the fruit name, because from the number we do not remember that whether it is apple or you can say orange or lemon or what, right? So for that we are using the dictionary, and whatever is the index that we get from here, we know that whatever is the result of this prediction, from that, we have to choose the 0. So it will give us the label, isn't it? So let me run this. For this, for this particular fruit, it is orange, right? For this particular fruit, it is orange. Okay. Now here, we are having the other algorithm, that is for entropy. That is, we can say for decision tree, I told you that two algorithms are there. One is using information gain or entropy. Second one is the gain index, right? So the second algorithm, this is typically used to say as the C4.5 algorithm, and sorry, not C4.5. We can say it is CART algorithm. CART. Let me show you this. Three algorithms, decision tree algorithms are there. First of all, we can say is the ID3 algorithm that uses the entropy, or you can say information gain. Then we are having the C4.5 algorithm, right? And then after we can say we are having the CART algorithm. These three algorithm we are having. In that, we can say that we are using the Gini index, right? We are using the Gini index. For ID3, we are using the entropy, right? We are using the entropy, fine. So if we want to apply for that, we can just have decision tree classifier, and only thing we have to change is the criterion is equal to entropy. Now, do we have to again train in test and split? Do we have to do that? Yes, if you haven't run that before. If you want to run them individually, individual algorithm, then you should have the X available here, Y available here. Then you can say train underscore, test underscore split. That also should be available. Then after you can say we can be having this decision tree classifier, right? Then after we can say we'll be doing fit. That is, we are training the model. Then after we are finding the accuracy score. Okay. Fine. This also is coming 0.733. After that, what we have to do is we should have the prediction, right? We should have the prediction. So for that, what we'll be having? Now we should use the entropy, isn't it? Dot predict. Fine. And then after, from the dictionary, we'll be getting the name of the fruit, isn't it? So for this, it is giving us apple, right? Next algorithm which we want to know is random forest, where we are having the many decision trees available. From that, we select and we work with that, right? So for that, how to do? Let us say that we are having the libraries, that is from NumPy import mean, from NumPy import std, we want to use it, right? So we are importing the libraries. Then the third one is import sklearn dot datasets, import make underscore classification, from sklearn dot model underscore selection, import crosswell underscore score. This is what we have already seen. That is stratified. Then you can say cross tab. All those things we have seen, right? Then after we can say that sklearn dot model underscore selection, import repeated stratified k-fold. K-fold, we have seen that, right? From sklearn.ensemble, import the random forest classifier, right? So we want to use the random forest classifier. That's what we are putting here. We should have all the stats, like we should have the X and Y, that is the splitting of train and test data set. That also should we have. After that, we will be having the random forest classifier. For that, what we need to specify is criterion is equal to entropy, random state is equal to 100, so maximum depth is equal to 3, minimum samples left is equal to 5, right? Now, what we do is random forest dot fit. As we know that with that we are training the model. After that, what we are doing is random forest dot score. That will give us the accuracy score, isn't it? And after that, what we'll be doing? Here, this will be giving us the score, right? Oh, we haven't run this before, isn't it? It should import all these libraries, then only we'll be able to run this. So it is giving us the accuracy that is 0.8. Now we want to predict with this. This object is random forest. Now with that, we want to predict the value, right, of unknown data. Unknown data is, we can say we are giving say 100, 6.3, 8.5, 0.9. That is for what? Mass, width, height and color underscore score, right? So now what we are doing is random forest object dot predict and providing this row. Fine. So with that, what we'll be doing? This will give us what? This will give us the label only. If we want to predict for a particular fruit name, what we have to do is we have to use that. What was that? Look up fruit name of what is this? That is our predicted class, isn't it? That is this one, y hat of 0, isn't it? Okay. So here the predicted class is 4 and the value is lemon, right? Now what actually you should do is for each and every classifier, see, apply that classifier, get the prediction. After that, you should make one table wherein, say, for the same data. What do we mean by same data? For same unknown fruit, what is the output you are getting and what is the accuracy you are having for that classifier? That table you should make. So we can compare the classification algorithms. Okay, you can make a table. With that, we can have the idea that which algorithm is best for this particular data set according to the accuracy. Fine. Then after, what do we can say is the prediction. Are all the algorithms which we are applying gives us the same prediction for the same unknown data? That is what you have to make the table and show which one is better, right? Okay. Now, let us say that we want to have this stratified model. With that, we can say we are providing n underscore splits that is equal to 10, n underscore repeats that is equal to 3, and random state is equal to 1. If you have provided these values, now for cross value score, what do we need is random forest, right? Then after, what do we say is x comma y. Then after scoring is equal to accuracy, CV is equal to CV. That is the parameter which we have created here. That is our repeated stratified k-fold, right? Whose object we have created. Then n underscore jobs is equal to -1. We can see the help of it. We can have the idea. Error underscore score that is equal to raise. Now you can say we do not know, no issue. Put your mouse here, we can see the parameters, right? That's the best thing which we can do. For scoring, what we can say, it is string, right? What next? We can say CV, that is the integer cross validation generator, isn't it? Then after n underscore jobs, that is integer or none, but what we are saying is that the number of CPUs to use to do the computation. Okay. And here -1 means using all processes. Okay, that is what we have specified. -1, that means we are giving uh, all processes to run this particular job. Fine. Okay. So the example is here also, but let us see for our own data set. Fine. So here we want to print the accuracy. So that's what we are printing here. How we can get that? That is with the help of mean of n underscore scores. Why do we want to have n underscore scores? But because we are having the forest, isn't it? We are having the forest. For them, we need to take the average. Whatever are the n underscore scores, that is, we can say accuracy. With that, what we do is we are taking the mean of that. We are taking the standard deviation of it. Okay. So we are evaluating the model and we are getting the response. Accuracy is 0.937 and what about the standard deviation is 0.094, right? So this is about the random forest. Okay, random forest. Next is which classification algorithm we want to know. That is the support vector machine. Okay, so what we are having in that, from sklearn import svm. We are implementing these algorithms using Python, isn't it? And we are using the library that is sklearn. We typically know that we are using the machine learning library that is sklearn, right? So from that, we want to import the svm. Now, what we do is, for having the object of it, we can say we should have it as svm.svc, support vector machine classifier, right? So that is, with the help of svm.svc, we are creating the object of our classifier. We can train the model that is using svm object, that is svm clf. The name is that dot fit. We are training the model, isn't it? Using this x and y. Fine. So when we do this, what we are getting is, we are getting the things are getting trained. Fine. Things are getting trained. Now after that, what will we do is, we can find the score as well as we can predict the value, isn't it? So we can say we are getting the score because the way we have run our algorithms, right? So that's what we'll be having here. After that, we'll be predicting, that is using our row, that is the mass, width, height, and color underscore score, properties of our fruit. And then after, we'll be getting the prediction. Okay, that is which fruit is that. So here you can say it is the fourth fruit. What do we mean by fourth fruit? Do we understand from that? No. So what should we do is, instead of using it this way, it is better we get it with the help of this lookup fruit name, as we have already created the dictionary. With that, we can provide what? That is this y predict of 0, because it predicts the label and we want to get the fruit name. Okay. So that what we are getting is lemon. Fine. We are getting it as lemon. Fine.